Representative Tran, thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you for having me, Ashley.
So I know you've been on a fact-finding mission. I know you're gathering information on the ground. What are you hearing specifically from people who are living and doing business in that area?
Look, I think the worst case scenario that the first responder and so many of the government official plan for is we're past that, right? People were the evacuation was lifted last night. People were moved back home. All good news, amazing news. But the frustration remains. There are residents that want to know why were they living with this chemical, these chemicals in this factory right in their backyard. So I think that is the very next step that we got to take is the oversight and investigation into exactly what happened and how do we continue to start letting our neighbors and the residences know if they're living around something this dangerous.
Just being in the federal government, I mean, are you getting that from your colleagues? So do you imagine that there will be some sort of oversight hearing into this?
Yeah, so happy to announce that today, later today, Ranking Member Robert Garcia and I will be sending out a letter to GKN, letting them know that we started the initial steps to get oversight to conduct some investigations into exactly what went wrong.
Before that, had you had any communications with GKN? Have they been, I guess, transparent or upfront with you about what's going on?
I'm going to give them the credit where I've been able to speak to two of their company representative, the president of their USA operations a few days ago, and just yesterday, the CEO of the entire organization, who told me that he was on site. I've not seen him. This was a phone call. He took responsibility for what had happened. And, the discussion with the CEO yesterday was that, we want to maintain the health and safety of our residents and our first responder. And that was our first priority. And that now that that's been taken care of for the most part, I've moved on to the next step, which is making sure that, GKN comes back to our community and justify why they deserve to stay in our community. They have a lot to answer to and for. And then additionally, I'm going to do what I need to do as the federal representative, which is ask for oversight and a deep investigation into what went wrong.
Do you, again, acknowledging this fact finding that you're trying to do, and there's a lot of moving parts, but do you have a sense, I mean, how does your community get in a situation where there is the possibility of a toxic chemical leak or explosion in the first place? Like, do you have a sense of what happened?
Yeah, look, that is the question, right? And that's the question I had for GKN as well. And until we have a thorough investigation, we're not going to know exactly what went wrong. I know there's been rumors about some type of cyber attack. I've not heard that from GKN or anybody else. But until we have an investigation, I'm not going to be able to answer any of these questions with the right thorough background. And that's what I'm calling for. And I think we're getting there right now.
I know the Trump administration, the president issued a major disaster declaration. Just, I mean, what has the response and cooperation coordination been like with the Trump administration?
Yeah, I thank the administration for recognizing that this was could have been a catastrophic event, and we needed their assistance. That is why I urged the governor to declare, and then I urged the governor immediately after he declared to ask the president to declare a federal emergency. That way we can open up the resources that our community needs. So, I can tell you the governor has been a fantastic partner, and then I applaud the Trump administration for declaring when we asked them to.
State lawmakers signaled today that we may see some proposals to try to further regulate or prevent this situation from ever happening again. Governor Newsom also raised some concerns around possible funding and regulation issues coming out of the federal government. Just what are you hearing in that space? Could there be more regulations or relaxed regulations and relaxed funding on this?
Look, unfortunately, from the federal standpoint and from the federal administration and the Trump administration, they're trying to pull back on a lot of these guardrails to protect our community, right? They do not want these corporations to provide notice of what exactly these corporations are doing in these communities' backyard. They don't want to tell us what type of chemicals they're working on, what type of products they're making. And that's part of this administration's rollback on those notifications. I can tell you what I plan on doing when I get back to DC is to start implementing legislation where we are letting our community know exactly what's happening inside of their borders, right behind in their backyard. These residents of mine, they need to know exactly what these companies and the chemicals they're working with. It's just a safety issue.
I mean, do you feel safe? I mean, do your constituents feel safe right now?
I can tell you I at a town meeting yesterday, and there were quite a few constituents that lived right next to the chemical leak, and they're justifiably concerned about the air, and if this can happen again, or the tank next to it may experience the same thing. But I can tell you that the first responders and the county officials who declared that area safe, I trust them. And these are the heroic first responders who, from day one, since this incident occurred, has done a phenomenal job in making sure that the public safety was paramount and their priority. So I do believe it's safe now.
Congressman, is there anything else you think we should know about the situation before we let you go?
Yeah, I think, I applaud the efforts of our community who, when they were told to evacuate, so many of them did. About 50,000 folks were under evacuation orders. And it takes really a love for not just community, but the trust in public officials like Orange County Fire Authority and Garden Grove Police Department to issue these orders of evacuation, and our community stepping up and listening. So I thank them so much for their inconvenience, and I appreciate that they put their safety first of mind.
All right. Representative Tran, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.